Hi, chapter 31. I have no idea what to wear to the gig at the Cypress. All Rue said was that it was an LGBTQ all ages thing, which means what? I can't wear the blue dress I wore for Fiona's barbecue. It was to meet the parents for that. But I don't have anything cool to wear either. Being sensitive has not evidently made me sensitive to dress codes. I should be thankful that I'm even allowed to go. Parents and Mass are still holding the reins very tightly. Mum and Dad weren't going to let me go to the big gig at first, but Joan stuck up for me. She said it was important that I supported the charity. I was amazed at how hard she went for it. I'll drop her off and pick her up. You guys know what's happening in the world right now, she said. We need all the allies we can get. I go through Joan's wardrobe, but her style is too practical, too fresh, too sporty. I need grunge, not pink polo necks. I managed to find some black fishnets that she wore at Halloween, but that's the best I'm able to do. Abby's old room isn't much better. The only stuff she left here are hanging around about the house clothes, all soft joggers and hoodies. I do, however, find one deep plum lipstick that looks quite good against my black hair. I hit the jackpot in Pat's room, where I find a big black Kate Bush t-shirt. And I actually know some of Kate Bush's songs, so I won't feel a complete imposter wearing it. I cut up an old pair of black jeans into shorts and put the fishnets on underneath. After a good hour of scrutinizing the mirror, I decide that I look like someone who belongs at a gig. Now the only trouble is going downstairs. Ooh! Look, says Mum. Oh, look at you, copies Joe. Rocker, chick, Dad cries enthusiastically. Rocker girl, please stop, I plead. No, says Dad, shan't. Maeve, that shirt is miles too big for you, says Mum with scrutiny. That's the point, I say uncertainly. Joe, can you bring me in now, please? Yep, she says, draining her coffee. To the less mobile. She is quite quiet in the car, but keeps smiling over at me. Stop. I can't help it. You look so cute, my baby sister. Joe, I swear to God. Is your boyfriend in the band then? I'm silent. Rue and I have still not spoken. I wonder whether it's a good idea to go into this gig at all, but only thing worse than going at this point would be not going. Still, all this secrecy, Jesus, it must be serious. My voice cracks. I don't know whether we are still together. Oh no, why? I think I screwed it up. I was too, myself. What does that mean? I laugh hollowly. You know, I don't. Angry, jealous, bitchy, manipulative, whatever. Ah, yeah. Well, being myself can mean more than that. You are also funny and confident, and you know your own mind. God, this is rare and suspicious. Why are you being nice? I'm just telling it how it is. I wish I had your confidence. When I was 16, I had your confidence. Now, I'm not confident. Maeve, you are wearing your oldest brother's sweaty t-shirt to a gig. That is confidence. Oh shit, I say, panicking and smelling at the armpits of Pat's t-shirt. Do I smell? You smell fine, she smiles. pulling the car over. Go on, get out, be young, support the baby queers. God, I can't imagine what life would have been like if we had a queer all-age gig when I was younger, at your age. Do you think I shouldn't be there? I say, suddenly very worried. You know, because I'm not. No, she says firmly. Community is important, no matter who it is, as long as you are supportive and I don't know, ask anyone weird, instructive questions about their gender or sex life. We need support, especially the way things are turning. Wow. What do you mean, the way what is turning? The world, Maeve. Hate crime is still very much a thing. The other day, me and Sarah were holding hands at the sandwich counter in Centra, and a boy not much older than you started screaming at us. I mean, screaming. What? I say, alarmed. Why? You never said anything. I wouldn't say it to Mum and Dad. They would only get upset. Joe, that's horrible. It is, she agrees. Now I am parked in a bus lane. Get out. She turfs me out onto the street. I'm still reeling with thought of someone screaming at my sister. At my sister in the centre. I pay my €7 to get into the gig, climb the narrow, rickety stairs to the venue and nervously buy a Coke. Everyone here is colourful, with pink glitter in the eyebrows and interesting gender-unspecific haircuts. A bearded drag queen in a turban is making the rounds, saying hello to everyone. No one is doing the stupid 1990s grunge look I'm doing. Rue and I haven't spoken since the disastrous tarot reading. What if he doesn't want me here? What felt like a gesture of loyalty in my bedroom now feels like an insane suicide mission. I scan a poster as a way of not making eye contact with anyone and realize that I don't know the name of Rue's band. I don't know the name of my own boyfriend's band. This surely is the confirmation I need that I never actually had a boyfriend. Girlfriends know their boyfriends' bands' names. That is just a fact. There's someone called Miel in the band, but that's all I know. I haven't even got a clue what music they play or anything. God, I'm rubbish. I need to leave. I should leave. I head to the door and make my way down the stairs, pushing past people on their way up. Suddenly I hear Fiona's voice. Maeve! I whip around, my heart melting with gratitude. Fiona's here and she's wearing black jeans and a Penelope Pitstop t-shirt. Who doesn't remember Penelope Pitstop? I do, from the wacky races. And her big leather jacket. She has a little bit of winged eyeliner on. She's infinitely cooler than I am, but at least we look like we belong together. I throw my arms around her. You are here, I squealed. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you're here. We grin at each other, happy to be doing normal things like going to gigs together. We will not discuss witchcraft, spells or sensitives. Not tonight. Did he? I begin, trying to smooth the spikes of jealousy in my voice. Did he invite you? Rue? No, a couple of drag queens performing at the Othello with me. I only found out small private ceremony were playing today. Who? Small private ceremony, she repeats. Rue's band. Oh, sure, I reply quickly. Of course, Fiona knows Rue's band. Fiona, who has only met him a handful of times, as opposed to me, who has known him for 10 years, because she was friends with his sister. The room goes dark, and a single spotlight falls on the bearded, turban-wearing drag queen who is hosting the evening. Hello, 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 she purrs into the microphone. Guys and gals, and those of you beyond the binary, who are we? Are we well? Roars of approval. Welcome to the night of queer musical cabaret. I'm your host, Advoca Reaction, because that is what great drag should do. Now, mic check. My name is what? Advocada Reaction. The crowd calls back. Because? Why? That's what great drag should be. That's right, I'm your friendly neighborhood bisexual non-binary intergender drag entity. Now, is there anyone here who has never been to a cabaret before? Small private ceremony aren't on until the 3rd, and despite my hideous nerves at seeing him, me and Fiona still have a brilliant time. We scream for the kings and the queens and almost cry laughing at the comedy, and we don't talk very much at all, except to grasp each other and whisper, would you look? And I am dying. And then he comes on stage, standing in black Doc Martens and a floor-length deed red velvet gown, with a split up the leg, is Rue O'Callaghan. His hair is curlier than ever and pushed forward, so his eyes are barely visible under the thick mob, and with lips so painted they look swollen. He starts to sing slowly at first, softly. I only notice that he's holding a guitar. When 3 lines into the song, he takes a single jerk stab at it. The lights come up and the rest of the band are now visible. A blonde bass player with a page boy haircut that I assume is meal, wearing white vest and a black waistcoat. The drummer is Ginger Boy with glitter in his hair, and the lead guitarist is a big girl with bubblegum pink hair and the buttoned up Victorian nightgown on with a buttoned up Victorian nightgown. None of their outfits go together, but weirdly that's what makes them look like they belong with each other and to one another. They play mostly covers at first, Rue's going from Karen O to The Cause in the same song. I can tell, even objectively, that he is an absurd talented performer. He can make songs that should be embarrassing and mawkish into these slick punk numbers, and slick punk numbers into sentimental ballads. Then they start singing their own material. It's easy to tell when Rue has written a song. It's full of his dry wit and sincerity, full of colour and story and metaphor. He sings a song about Russian spy that is pretty well loved among the 20 or 30 people here who know the band well. You are a tripwire trapped in a house that's tapped with a telephone trigger that's rigged to blow. When the ringing sounds, I won't wait around. I will pick it up and say hello. And people are singing along, yelling tripwire trap and then hello every time the chorus comes round again. By the final chorus, he's screaming it. Clusters of people are screaming it back. Rue has fans. I think in amazement, my boyfriend has fans. All right, everyone, Rue says finally, addressing the crowd. He starts retuning his guitar, and I can see the tremor. His hand is shaking. He is sick with nerves under all that velvet, trying so hard to keep it together. How are we doing? Fiona and I shout loudest. His head jerks in my direction, his eyes meeting mine, and then journeying down my enormous t-shirt. His mouth twitches slightly, and almost smile playing on his red lips. Gods, he's so sexy. How is he so sexy? This is a new song, he says simply. I hope you don't mind that it is a bit slow. And he starts. How long have we been here? And do I say too much? These days I'm mostly vacillating, in and out of touch. His eyes focus and settle on me, and every hair on my body is awake and standing on end. He is singing this song at me, to me. It feels startlingly intimate in such a full, sweeting room. The only music is an occasional strum of a chord and the thud of a click on the drum. In and out of focus, always trying to construct these aimless conversations as a substitute for trust. Rue's eyes are boring into me to the point where a few people in front of me are turning around to see what he's looking at. The snare drum kicks in. The snare drum kicks in. The chorus explodes as the girl on lead guitar starts playing a high, tinkling riff. The vibrations, and this vibrates my blood. And then there's you, in livid blue, come seeping through the silence. If you are not dangerous, then how come I hear sirens? And in everything just violence. And then there is you in livid blue, come wadding through the weather. But if we've got to live in hiding, least we are struck in here together. I'm completely breathless. What does this mean? Does Rue love me? Is he scared of me? Is it both? But I don't have time to figure it out, because at the moment a glass bottle sails across the room and hits Rue in the mouth. And that's the end of chapter 31. I hope you've liked it. Thank you.